Hello everyone, welcome back to the Garden Profiler and the 2026 gardening season. It's nice to have you back. I have good news for you this year. If you're constantly buying plants to fill your garden, you're probably spending way more money than you need to. Because after 8 years of gardening, I could tell you most of my garden didn't come from buying plants. It came from learning how to multiply what I already had. Now, once I switched to this way of thinking, everything changed. So instead of asking myself, what new plants are you going to buy this year? I started asking, what plants can I divide and make more of? So permit me to explain my process. It won't be long. So in the summertime, I take pictures or I put stakes with the plant's name and a ribbon on plants I want to divide or spread around. And when April rolls around, I walk around the garden to see which of my selected have awakened from their slumber, and also to add new ones to the list. So things like this Sweet William, I would like more plants from that, so I'll be coming to take some clippings from it. While walking around and doing my inventory, I also want to make sure the plants I take are not too invasive and they are easy to manage. And one of my favorite plants, of course, is my hydrangea. Depending on the type, you can divide and move them around to fill spaces quite easily. It just takes patience, but it works. All these hydrangeas you see coming up here was from one plant that I have divided. They are now 2 years old, but I took all of them at the same time from the same mother plant. I'm in zone 5B. So once the soil is workable, I start the process of moving plants around. This section of the plant was very shallow, so I didn't need to dig it out. I could have just pulled it by my hand. But for the rest of the divisions, I definitely needed a shovel and lots of elbow grease. I used to think I had to keep buying plants to make progress, and I wasted a lot of money doing that. Hostas are next. Those plants don't mind being divided. So here I'm digging up a big clump. It was quite heavy too. And it was even more challenging to divide. So what I did, I used a hacksaw and I sliced it into pieces. Just like this. Now I've made 4 different sections I could replant in different parts of my garden. Now, you won't be able to fill your garden in one season, but small steps over the years do add up. This is the beautiful sedum. I would like to get more from these also to spread around. The process is very easy. Simply dig up the root bulb and divide. Also, coral bells is also a good candidate for digging up and dividing. You will get lots of little plants from a coral bell root ball. This here is the yarrow. Another shallow rooted one I could just pull up by my hand. By just pulling up one little section, I've gotten like three plants. These I will pot up and plant them out later. I'll let them get a little bigger. I'm not quite ready for them yet. So while you're in the process of trying to fill up your garden and you're taking plants, dividing them, transplanting them, remember, not everything works every time, but enough of it does. So be easy on yourself. I also like to reuse plants in different ways. Like this silver mound, I'll use it as a spiller in my potted arborvitae. It's the same plant. I'm just going to use it in a different way to make the pot look fuller. My idea here is that the silver mound will fill up the pot with a big fluffy cloudiness and cascade over, and the silver color would contrast with the arborvitae. Every year it's gonna get fuller and thicker and more beautiful. Plants like sweet william, hostas, sedum, yarrow, even silver mound. These plants grow and spread over time, and you can actually split them into multiple plants. So instead of buying more, you're just creating more from what's already growing in your garden. Another way to get more plants in your garden is through cuttings. And lavender is one I work with a lot. I actually did a full video on how I grow it from cuttings. I will link that video in the description. But the idea is very simple. You take a healthy piece, root it in water or soil, and over time it becomes a new plant. It's slower, but it's basically free plants. My canna lilies are another great example of what I do to fill up my garden instead of buying plants. I grow them in pots, and at the end of the season, I take them out of the pot, just shake off a little bit of the soil, clean them up a little bit, and store the tubers. The next year, I plant them again, and over time, I divide them. I've been doing that for about 4 years now. Every season, I take what I have, split them, and replant them. And just like that, one plant turns into many. Because really, you don't need more plants. You need more time with the ones you already have. And then there's seeds. This is probably the cheapest way to fill a garden. It's slower, but if you're willing to wait, you can grow a lot for very little. That's how I started a lot of my flowers. I also save my own seeds, which helps to reduce the cost. So this is me saving my seeds from my marigolds from the previous year. And I'm just separating them so I could plant them out. These are my seedlings coming up. I love being in a hoop house or greenhouse filled with seedlings. There's just some kind of positive energy that they give out that just makes me very happy. It's a good thing. If you have to take one message from this video, I hope it is this. A full garden isn't something you buy, it's something you build. You're not going to go from empty to full overnight, but over time it adds up. And that's how a garden starts to feel full without constantly spending money. So if your garden feels empty right now, don't rush to fill it by buying more plants. Look at what you already have and start growing from there. If you're trying to build your garden without spending a lot, well, that's what I'm doing here. So let's catch up in the next video. See you soon.